Gracious Heavenly Father, we are so grateful for your mercy and grace, and we thank you for your work in each one of our lives. We pray that you'll be with us tonight as we do your business and the city's business. We love you and we thank you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Bill?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. No. Oh, I'm good.
Okay, in your packets, you have the, we need approval of the minutes of the 7/6/2021.
Motion.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
All approved. All right, committee reports, chamber.
Good evening. I got a little bit more to talk about than normal, so I apologize in advance. Last weekend, we had an unexpectedly large tourism event in our community. Kennett swim team hosted the SEMO Swim Conference Finals. I hear there were just a little over 360 swimmers plus their families who were downtown, and we were thankful to have those visitors in our community. Thank you to Kennett swim team coaches for organizing the event smoothly, merchants and vendors for offering hospitality to our guests, and city personnel for working the event. I was down there for a few hours and I saw the fire department driving around, making sure everything was okay, police coming through. I don't think there were any incidents, but it was nice to have their presence there, so thanks to the city staff for that. We've analyzed the tourism funds for future year 21, and we have finally had a full year of all properties paying taxes as they're supposed to. So that we're hopefully going to continue that trend. We are still being cautious with our spending though, and holding our recipients accountable to the guidelines set forth by the State Division of Tourism to preserve our funds and honor the marketing matching grant which we are participating in this year. This month we set out a search for applicants to apply for tourism funds. Specifically, we targeted nonprofits who are hosting events in September. While there are 4 large events in September that we know about, 2 of those events submitted tourism applications. And the tourism committee has met this week and has recommendations tonight for those 2 applications. First, Kennett Alliance for the Arts, CAFTA, applied for $5,000 tourism funds for the Fall into Arts Festival. The event will take place in the downtown square September 11th. CAFTA board hopes to return to the original format featuring art, music, and vendors. In 2020, we allocated $500 to this event because it was an online digital format in honor of COVID. In the past, the festival has been allocated as much as $5,000. Because the event is limited to 1 day in 2021, it does not qualify for the marketing matching dollars through the state. So that will be purely out of our budget. Considering these factors and reviewing the previous expenditure remitted by the club, the tourism committee recommends allocating $1,500 to this event. And I'll ask for that in a motion if you see fit.
So we have that in the motion.
Motion.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries.
Our second application came from Kennett Cruisers. This group applied for $4,000 tourism funds for their car show taking place September 10th and 11th. Cars will cruise in Friday evening to the American Legion with live music and vendors, and the car show will take place Saturday in Jones Park. Unfortunately, this event also does not qualify for marketing matching dollars through the state because car shows are ineligible unless they are part of a larger festival. I've argued that fact in the past, but that's the state's rules. Our rules are a little bit different. In 2020, we allocated $750 to this event. Considering these factors, along with the success of last year's event, the Tourism Committee recommends allocating $1,500 to this event as well. And I'll ask for that in a motion if you see fit.
Okay. Got a motion on that? Okay, we got a motion. Got a second? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
Okay, finally, we are lining up advertising for the remainder year of calendar 2021. Rather than bringing you individual ads to approve one by one, tonight we'd like to operate as we did the last fiscal year and ask for a bulk allocation up front. That way we can design and place these ads as we move along. In this allocation, we'll be able to design ads combining Fall into Arts, Kennett Cruisers, and the 3D Bash into an acceptable format to get those marketing matching grant dollars. So if we combine them all together, then it appears as if it's one large event, and then the state will help pay for that funding. I've got an example with me tonight of a full-page magazine ad that I've designed. It says this September, come to Kennett for Fall Family Fun, RC Flyers 3D Bash, Fall into Arts and Kennett Cruisers Car Show, and then we have different parameters that we have to meet. So this is an acceptable format if you combine all the events together that the state will pay for. So if you give us the bulk allocation, they'll help us do things like that. For magazine ads, we'll create a social media campaign, and we'll put them on billboards throughout Arkansas and Missouri to help make a bigger draw for all these events that they deserve. And also, an allocation up front will give us some cushion in the event that we have any projects or unexpected things pop up, like another swim team that would pop up. Last year we had a really successful football team. Who knows, they might bring something big this year. That would give us something in case, we needed to welcome visitors like we did this past weekend. So tonight we're asking for a $7,000 allocation for ad design and ad placement for quarters 1 and 2, and that would get us through the end of December this year.
Is that one come out of the tourism
Yes.
fund? For your information, you got $20,682 in there.
Thank you. I was not
The
aware of
rest
the
of you?
current balance.
So you're asking for 10,000 out of that.
10,000 total between both events and the bulk allocation up front.
Discussion. Do you know how much you bring in per month on the tourism tax?
Yes, I have for the past years total, and we should bring in about $4,000 per month.
Per month?
For fiscal year ending 21, we brought in $50,266.
Okay.
I'll make the motion because I'd like to be able to discuss it.
Okay, we have a motion. We got a second, any discussion?
I think that's why we got them to do this, and I think they've done a fine job. And it sure helps I feel like to have somebody that can put it through a microscope a little bit and check it out and make sure that it's the proper use of the money. That's what this money was designed for, so I don't have a problem with doing that at all. I'd like to see us continue the way we're doing it.
Sure. Sounds good.
I think it's a good move to put it in bulk. I think it's a good move to put it in bulk, and you can get the state to help pay for that ad, and for that ad.
And this isn't anything different than what we would normally do. In previous years, we've come to you one by one. We want to buy a quarter page ad, we want to buy a half page. This is just doing it all at once up front instead of coming to each time. And the difference is with the state money, where we would only be able to afford a 1/4 page or a half page, they're increasing our buying power by 75%. So now we can purchase a full page and get a better bulk deal. So for quarters 1 and 2, what I anticipate advertising through the end of the year, 2 full-page ads in Showing Missouri magazine, 3 ads in Missouri Life magazine, Facebook banner ads that will be pre-approved, that will be joint ads for 3D Bash, Kennett Cruisers, and Fall into Arts, and billboard advertisement with Robertson Outdoor going from Dexter, Sykeston, Jackson, Pocahontas, and Paragould, Arkansas, to help, give more widespread advertising.
Okay. All right, we have a motion and a second. Any other further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Carries.
Thank you. Brenda, I've got letters for you here on all that. Somewhere. Yeah, there's 3. Thank you.
All right, finance.
Finance. When we started the new fiscal year, all our numbers were up except use tax. So year to date, we're up $4,600.
Okay. All right,
That's all we
that's all you got for now? All right. Then we'll go right beside you with fire.
We need to close the meeting after.
Okay.
Mayor and City Council. I'll start off with code enforcement. Through January 1st through July 19th, Donnie's written 424 letters. That including letters, warnings, and citations. Spoke with him this afternoon. We don't have the hard numbers between 8 and 10 actual citations or tickets that's been written since we've started the ticketing process. but trash and grass are the main ones, the trash being 256 letters and 117 on grass. So those of y'all that's been here in these seats for a while and seen those reports, yes, those numbers look down from previous years, but the problem with that is the way that we're having to do it now for the ticketing process. It is kind of slowing things down just a little bit, which we were all very well aware of. So if you got any questions about that, we can discuss it now, or we can wait one-on-one. It's up to you guys. But that's what we've written so far. On the fire department side of things, we had some issues with our ladder truck. It has been fixed. It was taken up to Sykeston. It was fixed. It was an actuator on the turbo. It was fixed. Believe it or not, it was still under warranty. So that was fixed. We're still looking for a gearbox for our engine 2, a 1992 model truck. We're having trouble getting gearbox for that steering gearbox. Still working on that. If y'all have noticed, our guys have been working on the concrete wall down at fire station number 3. That's all been cleaned up, painted up. We've cleaned out and cleaned there in the drive, the parking lot, and got some pea gravel down there and putting that up down there, and hopefully we'll be able to do something with the building before too long. With that said, we started work today on the privacy fence at Station 1. We've had that lumber setting down there for quite some time, but we want to finish our project that we had at 8.3. So today we started that, and I just want to say thank you to Councilman Hunter for the use of his tractor. We've used it, well, 2 days, and also to the street department for the use of their tractors. That's really helped out a lot. Just so y'all will know, Jack McLaughlin and Justin Stanford. Jack is a paramedic, Justin's an EMT. They're both full-time in the fire department. They had a medical call last week of a lady in labor. They get there, medic 1 arrives, the lady is having difficulty with labor. We had enough manpower at the time, so Jack and Justin both rode the ambulance to Haytow with them. It was a basic truck, so they needed some help. On the way over there, they were able to successfully deliver the child in the ambulance on the way to Haytow. So if you see those guys, just kudos to them. Just want to let y'all spread a little bit of cheer, a little bit of good news. We all like to hear good news. It's not all doom and gloom. As a reminder, our full-time firefighter position is still open. We'll be taking applications, I believe, is it Brenda tomorrow at 5?
I think it is.
I believe it was, yeah.
I believe it is. I'd have to look.
There was some confusion about that amongst us today, and I'm pretty sure we're taking applications until tomorrow at 5 p.m. So, again, as Councilman Hunter stated, we'll ask for a closed session.
Okay.
Are there any questions? Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right. Human resources.
Putting all the pieces together with the new organization. That's all it.
All right. You may.
The humane department's been really busy with an excess number of dogs. A lot of them we see listed on yard sale sites from other towns, and then all of a sudden they end up in Kennett, which we have no way of proving how they got here, but we know they're not from Kennett. Yet we've done really well. We added a new rescue out of Northbrook, Illinois that has tagged several that will leave our next transport. Hope International just donated 2 more pallets of food. So we're doing really well on the food. And I want to thank the street department because they came out and spread a bunch of dirt and gravel for us. Did a really good job. And that's
Great.
it.
All right. Thank you. Please.
Mayor and council, Chief Wilson wanted to extend the update on the K9 Rocky over this past weekend on Saturday evening. K9 Rocky and Kennett officers seized about 5.5 pounds of K2, and there was some marijuana mixed in on that. That's a substantial amount of K2. As Chief Davis could tell you. A lot of medical calls, a lot of overdoses are related to K2. So Chief wanted to extend to the council and mayor that the K9 program is doing an outstanding job.
Sounds like it.
And that's all I have.
Okay.
Thank you.
Aren't you forgetting something?
What's that? Oh, happy birthday? That's Lieutenant Moody's job.
Just threw him under the bus.
Why are you so red?
Actually, my voice is kind of hoarse, so I can't sing it.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
all right, all right. I just want to check, and make sure.
I said that too.
All right. All right, street.
We've got the tunnel, the one pipe cleared out finally, right?
All
Clean,
300
the
yards.
cutter's running, and it's already videoed, the video's ready to send in, and hopefully we'll get it lined and ready to go.
And that's the big cost for it, is gonna be the lining, right?
Yep.
But that'll be coming out of stormwater when we do that, so that's the big thing for us.
Have we had a rain to see if it's effective?
Yeah, there's still some questions with where they drained, the different pipes are going different directions, right? But it didn't flood with the last
Good.
rain.
Well, you can go over to Van Venter, and you'll see it come up in the box and run through another pipe across the road underneath the street, so as long as it's doing that, we're good. We'll eventually find out where they all go, I guess. We keep running them, we're bound to.
It's amazing, isn't it? It's just the way it was organized, I don't understand.
Well, you know, they have those WPA lines, and they'll just knock a hole in one and run a pipe in it. And I guess just whatever worked for them at the time. It's just a big puzzle, but we'll get it. On the street side, the contractors are down here by the high school, they're down there at the college and Clever and Walter, they've done half intersection, they broke half out, and Walter and North. Hopefully if they can get mud, and hopefully we can get some concrete Thursday. We've got some stuff to wear out over on Slicer, it's getting where it's becoming a problem to get concrete. Hopefully we'll get it Thursday.
So,
They, the concrete company, they just got where anymore, I guess, we're small potatoes, so if somebody calls them, it's got a big job, and their bosses will just kick us off. And, you know, I got guys tied up half a day, because they keep telling me, oh, we'll get it in a couple hours, and we don't get it. They did it that way here not too long ago. Seemed like that's been going on the last couple of years, since they closed the plant at Kennett. And I've called around, nobody else will bring us anything. You gotta deal with Seymour, that's all I can tell you, you gotta deal with Seymour. Hopefully we'll get it Thursday.
I had to get some from Papa Bluff, you might wanna check with them.
Well, I called one place, and he said, well, we can't bring them down.
Okay.
Problems with small towns?
yeah.
Well, I mean, they call for 300 to 500 yards, and we want 10, so what are you gonna do?
Yeah. So, okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Stormwater.
We've hit it already.
Yep. All right. Yeah, I don't think we have anything on industrial for right now. Unfinished business, I don't have anything on the list. So, new business, we need to discuss the bids for the citywide cleanup. In your package, you received the two bids that were received. I believe one was for $85,000, the other one was $100,000. This was for curbside only pickup, no alleyways, and the trash company was to give us a range of dates. So most of them they were both for late August, early September. It's like it would give everybody, you know, well more than a month to get stuff together. Don't put it out the curb yet. But where they could hit the entire town in 1 week. Whenever I talked with them, I suggested, you know, Ward 1 on Monday, Ward 2 on Tuesday. That way your ward knew exactly what day it was going to be. So where would you guys like to go from there?
When was the last time we did one? Do we have a record?
2 years ago?
2 years ago?
No, the curbside one was like 4 years ago, because there hadn't been one since I've been here.
Okay.
You need to vote to approve.
I can tell you that we got a little over 51,000 left over from last year's budget on the citywide cleanup. Yeah, we haven't allocated any yet. We approved the 100,000, but it's not in the bank balances yet. This is gonna do it so much per quarter. I think it does 25 per quarter. Okay. This is what we have left over from last year's budget.
But it's 76 for the
Yeah. So we can put in some more money.
Okay.
So the money's there if you decide to do it.
Okay. So the one bid was, you had 85,000 was from Friendly Waste Management, and the 100,000 was from Sharp.
I would look at Friendly being local.
They're both local.
Sharps, moving out of town.
Yeah.
Like there's a $15,000 difference,
Yeah.
that's substantial.
Yeah. So,
Motion. I make a motion, we accept it.
so you make a
Approve the
motion.
lowest.
Make a motion to accept Friendly Waste bid for
Okay.
85.
We got a motion, we got a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Motion carries.
When we'll know the date.
I believe it was in their,
Yeah, it's on their sheet that they gave. And I
it
can
was,
confirm
Are
that
they
with them and
flexible
make
if we
sure.
need to move it a week or two?
I'll find out for sure. I'm sure they probably are.
They have 5 dates, one for each ward,
Yeah.
16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
yeah, so yeah, it was the middle of August, and, that would, approving it now gives them gives them 4, gives everybody 4 weeks, except for Ward 1, 4 weeks minus a day, which I think that's not gonna be too long, to, get things picked up and, get ready to go out of the curb. And please remember for everybody, this is front curb, even if your trash is normally picked up in the alleyway, it will not be in the alleyway, it will be at your front curb. So if you stick it into the alleyway, it's gonna stay there.
Can you repeat the days, Mayor, on the?
The dates are the August 16th through the 20th. So it'll start with Ward 1 on the 16th, then Ward 2 on the 17th, 3 on the 18th, 19th, 4, and so. But yeah, so please remember that this is your curb, not your alleyway.
They're not picking tires up and stuff like that, or?
Yeah, there's,
I was trying to say, they gave a list of what they,
Yeah, that's what I forgot what
We
they
need to
yeah, it's,
Make
we'll
that
get a
public.
list out to you.
put it in paper too.
And get it out there. But I know, like, if you got a lot of latex paint, I know one of the recommendations was to leave the lid off, let it completely dry. Then it is legal to get rid of, but getting rid of latex paint, that's still in liquid form is, not legal, so leave the lid off of it for a week or so and let it dry. And then you can dispose of it in the trash. Okay. Any other questions on it? Okay, good. We have the approval of the city bank balances.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, we have a motion.
Second.
We got a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. City abstract.
Bank balances. Who's next?
Do what?
Or
Abstract.
expenditures. Yeah. You skipped one.